So suffering is created where? It's created in our mind. It's not because of anything going on outside of us. It's how we are interpreting what is going on outside of us. So that's what people mean when they say free your mind. Free your mind from suffering. Now, it's not easy to just break out of how you habitually think about things, if that makes sense. But by asking the right questions, you steer your mind in that direction. Asking the right questions will make you look at life and yourself totally different. And I'm going to give you 6 questions that I've been using to help to free my mind from suffering. And once we figure out ourselves, then we can start to change ourselves. And then we know that our outside life is only a reflection of ourselves, only a reflection of what is going on internally in our inner world, right? So the first question that will allow you to free your mind is, why do I react in the ways that I do? Why do I get triggered? Why do I feel uneasy? What disturbs my peace? I love the quote, every annoyance is an opportunity to transcend it. Every emotional reaction that we have, it actually reveals an attachment that we have, an insecurity. It reveals something that we are trying to avoid. It might reveal a fear. Start to observe how you react and think about why. The second question, what am I trying to control? Am I trying to control a certain person, a certain outcome? Am I trying to control the future? I've talked about in so many videos how the more we try to control, the more resistance we create, the more friction we create. And it is a paradox, and I could go on and on the subject, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. The third question, why am I in such a rush? Why am I in a hurry? What am I racing toward? Who am I racing? This is something I always find myself doing, rushing and forcing. And I keep observing that I think I'll have fulfillment somewhere in the future. I think if I accomplish this, everything goes this way. Again, back to the controlling. I put my fulfillment somewhere in the future, which means I need to depend on something going a certain way instead of just being fulfilled right now. It really is that easy. It's so easy that it sounds stupid. But I can just be fulfilled with everything that I have now. And the next question, now we're getting into ones that are going to really release our ego. Start to get rid of, release all of these attachments. All of these attachments that are weighing us down, which is the reason why we are not free, sovereign beings. We are attached to all these things. We need all these things. So ask yourself, what do I believe? What do I think I need? Why do I want? Why do I desire? What is desire? Most of the times I find that I only desire something out of lack and out of scarcity. Why do I need to control? Why do I need validation? Why do I need more? Why do I need excess? Again, the mind is constantly telling us, I'll be okay when X, Y, and Z happens. That's how you really create a living hell for yourself, and why it's so important to just be cool with the present moment. True freedom begins when you start to question why you think you need all of this shit. Number 5, what am I afraid to lose? Or better yet, what am I afraid of in general? Why am I afraid? What is fear? Why do I need to cling to safety and cling to what I know? What am I trying to protect? When you get to the root of it, you find out that there's nothing you need to protect. There's nothing you need to fear. And I've been really thinking that my fears are just blocking me from evolving. Just got to do them. So the final one. And this is the question that dissolves everything. Be careful with this one, all right? Once you start asking yourself, what am I? Most people don't actually sit back and think about, what am I? What is this life? What is existence? What's going on? Once you start asking that question, you will start to notice things that you hadn't noticed before. Very, very subtle things that most people would never pick up. You start to peel back the layers of what the heck you really are, which gives you insight into what life is, what reality is. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I want you to find your own answers, but hopefully those questions, those 6 questions, all you got to do is start to ask them, and you will start to wire your brain to just pick up the answers. And then eventually you'll just let go of it all. And you'll start to Not use your mind as an instrument for suffering, but actually start to use it how it was intended. So that's all I got to say